Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome back to VJ's English Club. Salamat datang kembali. Have you ever shouted, wow, when you saw something just incredible? Or maybe, ouch, when you bumped into something? Well, today, we're going to talk all about those powerful little words we use to show our biggest feelings. We're going to learn how to bring our emotions to life in English.
So, what's our plan for today? First, we'll start with some essential vocabulary to get us warmed up. Then, we're going to find out what interjections actually are. After that, we'll explore a map of emotions to see which words match which feelings. Then, the fun part, seeing them in action with lots of examples. And finally, we'll wrap it all up with a quick summary and some encouragement. Sounds good? Let's go.
All right, first things first. To make sure we're all on the same page, let's build up our word power with some essential vocabulary. Trust me, learning these key words, atau, kosa, kata penting ini, will make the rest of today's lesson feel super easy. Are you ready? Okay, let's look at some important words for our topic. I'll say the English word, and I want you to listen carefully and try to repeat it. Let's try a few together. The first one is interjection. Your turn. Great. How about this one? Emotion. Perfect. One more. Spontaneous. Fantastic. Feel free to pause and take a moment to look over the rest of the words on your screen.
Now that we've got those new words in our minds, let's get to the main event, the big question. What are interjections? Or, as we say, apa itu kata seru? Let's figure it out together.
So here it is. An interjection is a special word or a phrase that we use to express a sudden, strong feeling. It's like a little burst of emotion that just comes out. And here's the important part. It's not really connected to the grammar of the rest of the sentence. Jadi kata ini tidak punya hubungan tata bahasa. It just pops in to show how we feel. Okay, so how do we write them down? It's pretty simple, actually. For a really big, strong emotion, we use an exclamation mark. That's a tanda seru, like, wow. But for a smaller, gentler feeling, we just use a comma, atau tanda koma. For example, well, I guess so. So the punctuation you pick really shows the power of the feeling.
And now, for my favorite part, let's explore our map of emotions. We're going to connect all these special words to the different feelings we have every single day. Think of this as your guide to expressing yourself perfectly in English. This is going to be fun.
Let's start with the happy stuff. We'll begin with all the interjections we use to express those wonderful positive feelings. Perasaan-perasaan yang positive.
Check out these happy words. For pure joy, or kagambiran, you can shout hooray or yay. When you see something amazing and feel admiration, or kakaguman, you can say wow or bravo. And when you finish a really hard task and feel that sense of relief, or lega, you can let out a big pew. And of course, we have friendly words for greeting and approval, like hey or exactly.
Okay, but what about when you're surprised, or when you're not quite sure what to say? Let's look at the words we use for surprise and for hesitation. Yaitu, untuk rasa kaget, dan ragu.
So when something totally surprises you, you might gasp, oh, or whoa. And when you're hesitating, when you need a little moment to think, you can use these sounds. Or well. They're like little thinking sounds we make while our brain catches up. Super useful.
Now, life has its ups and downs, and that's perfectly okay. It's just as important to know how to talk about those negative feelings. Perasaan negative. English has some great little words for when we feel disappointed, or hurt, or even disgusted.
If you want to show you're disappointed, or kecewa, you could say, oh no. For that sudden feeling of pain, or rasa sakit, the classic word is ouch. And for disgust, or rasa jijik, like when you smell something bad, you can say ew, or yuck. See? These words help us express every kind of feeling.
You are all doing so well. We know the words, and we know the emotions. So, now, let's put them together and see how they look in real sentences. It's time for some examples in action.
Okay, imagine your school's team just won the big game. You'd probably yell, hooray, we won the championship. Hooray, kita menjuarai kejuaraan. Or picture this, you just saw an amazing singer perform. You could say, bravo, that was an amazing performance. Bravo, itu adalah penampilan yang luar biasa. You can really feel the excitement with those words, can't you?
Now, for surprise. Imagine a friend quietly walks up behind you. You might turn around and say, oh, I didn't see you there.
Oh, aku tidak melihatmu di situ. And what if you accidentally hit your hand on your desk? You'd immediately say, ouch, that really hurt. Aduh, sakit sekali. That one tiny word explains everything.
How about that terrible feeling when you remember something important? Like, oh no, I forgot my homework.
Ya ampun, aku lupa PR-ku.
And for disgust, let's say you open a lunchbox that's been forgotten for a week. Ew, what is that smell?
Heh, bau apa itu?
See how these little words have such a big impact?
And for our last set of examples, when your teacher asks a really tricky question, you might pause and say, I'm not sure about that. Aku tidak begitu yakin soal itu. And what about that amazing feeling after you finish your last exam? You can finally relax and say, phew, I'm so glad that's over. Phew, aku lega sekali itu sudah berakhir. It's amazing, isn't it? Just one little sound can show such a huge emotion.
Wow, fantastic work, everyone. We have learned so much today. Now, let's bring it all together with a quick summary and a little bit of final motivation to keep you going.
So what do you really need to remember from today? Just 3 simple things. 1. Interjections are for sudden, spontaneous emotions. 2. Use an exclamation mark for strong feelings and a comma for mild ones. And 3. This is the best part. Using them makes your English sound so much more real and natural. Before we finish, I want to leave you with this one thought. Expressing your feelings is a superpower. Yes, really. Mengekspresikan perasaanmu adalah kekuatan super. So please, don't be afraid to use these words. Let yourself say, wow, or oh no, or hooray. The more you practice, the easier it gets. You are doing an amazing job. Keep going. You can do this. Kamu pasti bisa.
Terima kasih. Thank you so much for learning with me today. I really hope you had a good time and that you feel more confident about showing your feelings in English. Remember, every little bit of practice helps. Keep it up. I'm so proud of you. You can do this. I'll see you in the next lesson.